Yo, what up? What up? Listen, welcome to another episode of the Shooters Podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Shotme. Holla at your boy. Listen, this podcast is about business for photographers and videographers, right? So, I've been a photographer and videographer for, mostly video. Been on video for 10 plus years now. So, I didn't have anybody to look up to when it comes to getting mentorship, getting advice about the business side. Most time we just ran around with the cameras and start shooting stuff. Okay, so listen, let's jump right into it. So today's episode is part two from last last episode about stories of a shooter CEO. Okay, so we're gonna do a part two. And like last week, I had a part one. Like I had a part one. I had some stuff that I want to talk about for part two. But then just the next week, a whole bunch of stuff transpired since then. So the stuff I was going to talk about last week for the part two, the part twos have changed. That's what I'm saying, right? There's different type of part twos. Okay, so let's jump right into the trash. Somebody gave me a trash segment. Let me see if I can find it. I think Ruby gave me one, or Belange might have gave me one. Let me see if I can find it. They gave me it was a topic. It was a trash topic. Well, this is a segment, and I just forgot what the joint was. So listen, y'all, let me go ahead and apologize because I don't even know. Like people be telling me stuff. I need to write it down. So okay. So let me know again. Text me again, the community app. In the community, text me again so I can know what the trash segment is. I forgot what it was called. Podcasting might not be for me. This is way too ghetto. I need to be a little more professional. Right? I need to be a little more professional. Okay? So let's jump into it. Whatever the trash segment was called, put it in the comments. Or text it in the community text. Okay. All right. So let's jump into it. I gotta turn this phone up. People keep texting me. All right, listen. So here's this trash segment, or this I guess this trash segment is about people wanting to charge premium prices but not having the value to charge premium prices. Okay. So I had some people, who needed to work with a couple of people this past weekend, and they couldn't do it because they didn't have the right equipment necessary. So majority of the time when you're shooting in not only an event but actually a speaker for an event, when you're doing speaking engagements, seminars, and things of that nature, me personally, it's best to have at least, I don't even want to say two angles. I'm gonna go and say at least three to do it properly. Because even when I was doing it by myself, right, it's best to have more than one person. But I used to shoot these things by myself. Someone speaking on stage or entire event by myself. The best way to do it is to have three angles. You need one main angle, which is you need to have this main angle wide, a wide angle, so that way whether they go in and out of the frame, they won't be able to go in and out of the frame because the shot is so wide. So however far they go back and forth on the stage, you'll be able to see them there. Okay, and then you need a right angle, right? It could somewhere 45 degrees. We could be to the right or to the left, some type of side angle, right? And this angle needs to be tight. This angle needs to be tight. That's why I say it's best to have another person, so this person can be tight either waisting up or either just chesting up. Okay, we need to have a tight shot on the presenter. That way you can follow them the entire time. But if you can't follow them, just zoom out a little bit and just have it close enough so they still won't walk out of the frame. But regardless, if they walk out of the side angle, you'll still be able to catch them on the main angle. And you will be on the third angle, which is a camera that is, basically your handheld, your roaming camera, a gimbal, whatever it looks like. You need to be the one that's kind of getting all the crowd reaction, getting people taking notes, getting different close-up shots of the speakers, hand movement, stuff like that. You need to be able to move around, right? While we have two other stationary cameras. Okay. So what happened is people are charging me, they're like, hey, you know what? Yeah, for sure. I can do it. I can charge $1,000, $2,000 a day. I'm like, okay, that's great. Do you have everything that you need? Do you have all these different things? Microphones. Okay. They're like, mm-mm. So now if I pay you $2,000 for the day, $1,000 for the day, $1,500 for the day, it's tough for me to be able to pay you that and walk away. Right. So the issue is I'm having to pay, right, a premium price, and I'm having to supervise. That's an issue. I'm supposed to pay you so I don't have to do it. But if I have to pay you and I have to do it, that's where the issue comes in at. Okay. I shouldn't have to pay you and do the work. Okay. So basically I say all that to say that when you're charging premium prices, make sure you have whatever the value is necessary for your particular niche, whether it's all the equipment that you need, whether it's your turn time needs to be on point, whether it's your editing style, whatever it looks like for your particular niche, you want to have that stuff in place so that when you charge premium prices, it makes sense. All right. Got that out the way. All right. Okay, cool. Now let's jump right into since we're talking about value, let's jump right into this value add. All right. So I was me and the team, we shot somebody this past weekend, and what happened was we shot a whole bunch of stuff that they weren't necessarily used to when it comes to content. Right. So we did the whole thing. We did photos, we did videos, we did value content, we did the speaking segment, we did everything. Right. So they were a little bit confused while we were running around doing so much stuff. Like, man, why are we doing all this? What this is a lot. This is a lot of it seemed unnecessary, right? But when you've never dealt with the actual a videographer or video team or content creation team, whatever, that's been doing this for a while, you're kind of really not sure. You know, I guess let me put it this way. You probably like driving a Honda Accord until you drive a Lexus. You probably like driving a Lexus until you drive a BMW. You probably love driving a BMW until you drive a Rolls Royce. You see what I'm saying? So what happened is, I'm not saying that, it's nothing wrong with a Honda. It's nothing wrong with a Lexus, right? It's nothing wrong with the BMW. People have been giving out great services as far as video photographers, but the best you've been getting what was a Honda, right? A Lexus, right? A BMW, but you've never experienced a Rolls Royce. That's the best analogy I can come up with. Okay. So, am I comparing myself to Rolls Royce? Yeah, I guess so. So there you have it. I'm a double R now. So yeah. And I'm not saying that, that the other teams, well, yeah, I guess I am saying, yeah, for sure. I am saying that everyone that's before me working with this particular client was probably a Lexus or BMW. But what I'm saying is you should also be the Rolls Royce of your industry as well. Okay. You should be premium. You should be luxury. You should be the value should be there. It should be an experience. Okay. So think about the work that you're giving to your clients. Are you creating an experience, or do you have to get an oil change every month? Okay. Nothing wrong with Hondas, because my wife got a Honda, whatever. So whatever. We're not about to bash, cars. Anyway, so let me jump into it. So what happened was we did all the stuff, whatever that day. The next day, they texted me that morning and said, "Hey, you got any videos ready?" I'm like, "No." Okay. I had sent everything off to the team. I was tired. I didn't get up till like 10 a.m. I said, "Give me to this afternoon." The afternoon came. I still didn't get the videos done. I was actually trying to work on it myself. I'm struggling. I done lost my touch. I'm over here like this, trying to figure out how to edit. Like, how do I do this thing again? What's that button again? What's that button? Okay. So then meanwhile, I got an event to go to that night. It's just a lot of stuff going on. So then I said, it got close to the time when my team had clocked in. I said, I'm going to give it to my team, and I'm going to let them get it done. So this person didn't even get their videos back. They got their photos back the next day, but they didn't get their videos back the next day because we're still working on it. So the next morning, they got an influx, right, of content. They got all the photos that the day before that they were able to use for social media, and then they got a lot of other videos, right? Brand story video, testimony video, value content videos, the speaker segment. They got the full video. They got like 15 videos the very next day. So they're like this, holding all the content in their hand, like what is all that? I get all this, right? You didn't even they were like, wow, I'm not even used to that. So now let me go back. Let me rewind so that you can catch the full story. Before we left that day, whenever we shot everything that day, they were like, the price was a little bit too expensive, essentially. So I'm not going to pay that ever again. Okay. So we need to work on something that's a little more affordable. Okay. Otherwise, I can't use y'all again. I mean, everything looked cool. You ran around, you did a whole bunch of stuff. I don't really know what all that meant, but the price was definitely too much for me. So yeah, we need to find a way to scale that down a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, we're not gonna be able to do that. In my head, I'm thinking, yeah, we're not gonna be able to do that. That's not possible. Even this was a discount. I shouldn't even show up to this thing, but I want to show up just to be able to show people what it actually looks like. Sometimes I show up and do that, right? I'm not even getting paid. Okay, so so now here we go. Where are got all the content and they're like, whoa, this is crazy. They're talking to my assistant. They're going back and forth between like they're getting like a revision done or adding more stuff to getting extra videos out of it. And they're like, this is lovely. I can just text and just boom and get videos back. This is a crazy system. This is, you know what I mean? This is like, wow, it's almost like unlimited. It's like content from the tap of your hand, right? So then we had, so then a day after that, we had a different conversation. Okay. They were like, I let them know what the real prices were. I let them know even the price that we gave them was also a discount. So the price like doubled. Okay. But they were willing to pay it. Because everything started coming full force after they got all the content back, after they looked at it from start to finish, they got the full experience. And it's okay, yeah, I can pay for that. But not only can I pay for that, I'll pay double for that. Okay. And then they mentioned, so wait, before I go back there. So meaning that they didn't know what they didn't know what everything meant. Like they didn't know what, put it like this. You put, you know, I don't know how much, $100,000 down on a Rolls Royce. And you're like, man, I don't even see what the heck the deal is. This right here is doing too much. But then when you pull up in you pull up in a Rolls Royce, everybody's looking at you. Everyone want to take pictures. People are paying you thousands of dollars just to get your Rolls Royce in the video for a couple of hours. You open a door, you got an umbrella to pull out the Rolls Royce that you can use, right? You can have somebody drive the Rolls Royce. You can be in the back seat and you can just hit the button and the button closes by itself. Stuff that you might not have seen while you was at the lot. I'm assuming people do their research. I'm just saying, let's just say you didn't, right? Let's just say you didn't. Let's say you didn't know much about the Rolls Royce until after you got in, you didn't realize that, oh, I can get a driver. Boom, hit the button closes by itself. Every time you go somewhere, they want to valet your car. So now you're like, whoa, I paid $250,000 for this car. I love this experience. How can I experience this every day, every week, on a monthly basis, on a consistent basis? Okay. So I'm saying all that to say that you want to be able to over deliver on the things that you offer. Okay. Even though I had slipped up a day and I didn't give them the content back the next day I could only give them maybe a video or two. But since we waited 2 days, you know, they gave me time to be able to get up enough videos where I'm like, man, I kind of messed up. I should have gotten a video back the next day, but I didn't. So since the day after, I need to be able to over deliver. Okay. So make sure you over deliver on everything that you offer and find out what does that look like for you. While you're out there, you know, shooting your client, do some behind the scenes, do some stories, do some stuff for their social media. Ask them what else do you need. Be a person, be somebody of service, right? A lot of people don't really know that. Why it seems like you're lazy, it seems like you're not working because you're only doing just enough. What else can you add to your what else can you add to your service, right? We sitting there hanging out. Let's not sit down and hang out like, oh, I'm done shooting. What else can we do? We got 15 minutes to blow. What else can we do? Let's do an ad video. Hey, let's do a photo shoot over here. We got enough time. Let's go to another location. Let's go buy a shirt, change your wardrobe. Let's do something different. Let's add more value. Okay? And that creates a better experience. So now, on the flip side of adding value, this is where it gets tough and difficult. Okay? Going back to this, let me go say what it is. When you're adding value, you want to be able to make sure that you can duplicate it. You want to be able to duplicate this value and stay consistent throughout the process. The value that you're adding, can you duplicate it over and over and over again? Okay? So when I talked on the phone with him 2 days later, after he got his videos and all this stuff, he was excited and was willing to pay double. He mentioned that, you made a great first impression. And I responded with, I don't just do first impressions. My impressions are consistent. Most people do really, really good on the front end, but they can't keep it up on the back end. Right? Think about Amazon. Amazon, when you sign up for Prime, you get 2-day shipping regardless. I don't care what product you buy. Well, it's going to be some products that really don't do it. But let's just say most of the products you're going to be buying are the ones with Prime on it. Any Prime product that you buy, they're going to ship your product in 2 days. Right? And been doing it for years. So you want to ask yourself, if you're Amazon, can you ship products in 2 days every single time? If you can't, don't put that on your website. Don't promise it to your clients. And don't say that you can deliver on some things that you can't. So me personally, I have a system in place. I can at least get you stuff back in 2 days regardless of what day it is. I can at least get you a video back in 2 days regardless of what day, what holiday, or whatever, regardless of how I'm feeling, what I'm doing. Am I sick? I got COVID. I'm going to the park. I'm going to Six Flags. I'm freaking sniffing a line of cocaine. I'll still be able to deliver your product in 2 days max. Only because I have a team and a system in place. But even before you have a team, do you have a system in place where you can still be able to produce the same product over and over and over again at a certain amount of time, whatever the value is? Every time I go out and shoot a client, I'm going to do stories. Every time I go out and do whatever, I'm going to be able to, because they want the same thing every time. When they book you 3 times, can you do it the third time, or are you just the first impression? Okay. Got that out the way. Had to probably let that breathe for some folks. And lastly, let's talk about sacrifice. I took a loss. This past weekend, I took a loss. What happened was we were supposed to shoot this event, and I didn't have enough. My team was already booked. I didn't have anyone else to actually come out and shoot this client of mine. So I hired 2 people that are not used to doing events. Some people I just met the same day. I had to get referrals, and I did a lot of reaching to make this happen. Looking for people, hey, refer me to your best guy. I need someone for this event. I don't have anyone. I need somebody to come in and fill in and to be able to do this event. I had 2 people come in. They did the best they could, but only because they weren't used to events. I put shot lists in place. I put everything in place, but we didn't have enough training on the front end. We didn't do 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 events before we actually led up to this point. All I had was, the shot list in place. Here's the thing you need to think about. I'll try to do as much front end stuff as possible. But we got about 80%, we're about 70, 80% pretty good as far as what the client liked. But the 20% that was left out, the client did not like it. They contacted me and said that they had a bad experience. Now, here's what you need to know about being a shooter CEO. When you take losses like that, right? What happened was they were like, I didn't like it, whatever. They were upset about it. So now you got one end where the actual shooters were saying that, well, we did the best we could. I think we did pretty great. We stayed over. We came in early. We did everything. So they did everything right, just not to the expectations of the client. Okay. But the client didn't like, but there was things that were missing. There were things that they missed. So they're looking at it in 2 different perspectives and 2 different lenses. So me as the shooter CEO, what do I do? All the heat comes back down on me. So I mean, the client contacted me and said, "Boom, worst experience. This sucks. Whatever." So I offer them, I can give you some money back. Okay. They were like, nah, whatever. Then as I thought about it, said, yeah, I'm probably gonna need that. So I gave them a few $1,000s back. Not only did I give them a few $1,000s back, the shooters who came out and worked on the project, I paid them the full rate that we agreed on. I refunded the client a few grand back, and I also paid the shooters their full rate that we discussed before they started the project. So what does that mean? What did that mean for me? What happened to me? I took a loss. Okay. I didn't make any profit. I didn't break even. I lost money. Okay. You're probably, well, Brandon, well, why didn't you just take money out of their account? Why didn't you just let them? They did the work. Although they didn't do as expected, they did the work. Think about this. When you operate your business like a big business, it was a few companies I worked at. I don't care whether it was from McDonald's all the way up into, I was at this plant working 12 hours. If I mess up burgers, mess up fries, if I mess up the machine, I might get written up, but they're not. Really? Come on, I'm in my groove. What is that about? Okay. It's real stuff, y'all. People just, phone blowing up. All right. So where was I? Let me turn this over. Y'all doing the most. Okay. Even when from working at McDonald's all the way up until working at this plant while I was working 12-hour shifts. Okay, whether I messed up burgers or fries, or whether I messed up the machine while I was working on it, they might have written me up, but I still got my full pay. I might have got a write up, whatever. I might have got whatever it looks like. I might have got some type of anything that was any type of consequence, but it didn't dock my pay because I did work a full day. I did the work. Although I didn't do it as expected, I did the work, and that's why I learned from big companies. So give me a second chance to do better on fries. Give me another chance to do better on burgers or on the machine. I made a mistake. I need to do better next time. And after so many write-ups, then I'll get fired. Okay? So as the CEO, as the shooter CEO, you're the one that takes the biggest hit. As the small business owner, you're the one to get the most heat. Right? Another situation just last night, working on my conference. So if you guys don't know, I'm doing the first business conference for photographers and videographers called the Yellow Print Business Conference. So see y'all there. Okay, click link below. Is there a link below? Go to yellowprintconference.com. Anyway, so what happened was last night we're getting together graphics and stuff for the conference. So it means we got to do banners, we got to do step and repeats, we got to do flyers, we got to do t-shirt designs, we got to do ebooks, we got to do a whole bunch of stuff that we got to do. So it's about 11 p.m. last night. I messaged my graphic designer and I said, hey, how we looking on that t-shirt design? And he said, oh, I'm just starting to work on it. I was like, it's 11, you clocked in at 8 p.m. I said, what did you do before that? Oh, well, I'm just not working on designs. I'm like, you take an early lunch or whatever. Go back. I talked to him about 10:30. He said, oh, I'm not by my computer, I'm on a break. I was like, that's strange, like an early lunch. A lot of times they take their lunch at like midnight or something like that, during the middle of your shift. I was like, it's like early lunch. I'll be a computer. I guess you ran out for something. So whatever. I said, okay, cool. I'll call you back at 11. So now, fast forward. We're talking at 11. And he said, yeah, man, I just started the joint. I was like, well, what were you doing before that? Oh, what, nothing. That's the first thing I'm starting on. Well, why were you doing nothing before that? What happened? Oh, I need to run out. I had to run out and do an emergency, for, my dad. It's an emergency. I'm like how long were you gone for? How long? When'd you leave? Oh, around, like 8:30, 8:30. So you clocked in and left the workstation for 3 hours? So I called my HR / executive assistant, and I noticed something about myself. When I get upset, I can't speak right away because I have to think about what I want to say. Because I don't like to react emotionally. So you could tell blood pressure is rising, right? And I'm like, all right, we're sitting there, we're on Zoom, and I said, let me phone my call. I said, hey, Vanessa, can you jump on this call? On Zoom call ASAP. All right, so she jumped on there. I said, yeah, man. So I told her, I said, hey, our designer, he's been gone for 3 hours or whatever. So she's talking to him. What happened? He's like, my dad had an emergency or whatever. Something happened. I'm sure maybe he's sick or something like that. And I'm over here just thinking. All I could think about was all the stuff that has to be done. That's all I could think about. It's tough for me to go and think about the personal situation that you're dealing with right now, because I'm the one that's going to get majority of the heat when something happens. Okay? So after, 5 minutes of thinking and, thinking of ways to solve this problem and things of that nature, I finally spoke back up and I said, okay, I hope your dad is okay. Did you get everything you needed? Did you get the medicine? Did you get everything you needed to make sure that your dad was okay? They said, yeah, we got everything. He took the medicine. He's okay. I said, all right, great. I said, we're pretty lenient as a company. Most time we let people when they need to go on emergency leaves or anything like that. 10 times out of 10, we're going to say yes, because most time you don't really take that many days off anyway. And I just let them know that we don't, we're not that tough or hard as a company. We're pretty open. We have an open door policy, as they would say, right? Even just last week, somebody had to leave out and go get vaccinated, whatever. That was gone for 2 hours. They just stayed extra 2 hours, and it was cool. I'm like, yeah, for sure. If you got to do something, just let me know. Give us a heads up. The issue was he didn't give me a heads up, right? Cause I asked him, did you tell somebody? Oh no. But and I was just like, wait, what is what? See what I'm saying? Have you been doing this before? Like, what is going on right now? But he apologized a million times, and then I just explained to him, make sure you let somebody know. And next time he said, for sure, I'll definitely let somebody know, whatever. And we got through that situation. So then my wife was right there, and she was like, your face looked like you was upset. No, first I said, so how was that? Just asking. I like to ask just weird stuff to Michelle. She was like, hey, your face looked like you was just upset. And I was like, I know, I was. She was like, yeah, I don't see how you do that. She was like, I think males are just like more like they don't have any sympathy or whatever. And I was like, well, I don't know if it's a male thing, but I told her I didn't like scream or yell or anything while I was on the call. I explained to him in a way that in a logical way as opposed to emotional way, because I understand the emotions don't solve problems. Okay. So then I explained to her that as a small business owner, you take the biggest hit, right? And I gave her an analogy of, let's say that you like when you put heat down on someone, right? Let's say you got a match. You strike a match and you give it to, I guess, my graphic designer, right? With the person who was doing wrong. They get the match and they can burn a little bit of their hand with the match. Meanwhile, while I'm giving them that match and giving them this little this not much sympathy, okay, my clients or whoever it is literally have a flamethrower to my back, and my whole back is just getting burned off, right? So I'm getting all of the heat while you're only getting a little bit. Now, while something's wrong with, and I do understand that people go through things in life. The issue is you're dealing with whatever you're dealing with. Let's say family issues, emergencies, and things of that nature. While you're dealing with emergencies, the CEO has double and triple duty. They're dealing with emergencies, they're dealing with family, and they're dealing with the clients. Okay, and 10 other things. Okay, so when you compare it to, and I'm not using this as an excuse. What I'm saying is to be a CEO, like God gave you all the strength for a reason, right? He gave you all the strength to put all the stuff on your back because he know that you can handle it, right? So I'm not saying that it doesn't, like the flamethrower and stuff. I started putting armor on, right? So the flamethrowers really don't. You got heat on my back. It don't hurt as much as it used to. But what I'm saying is, most CEOs, most small business owners take the heat majority of the time, and the flames are hot. Okay, when COVID happened, most of these companies, small business companies, were wiped out clean. Now, when you look at places like Target, when you look at billion-dollar companies, McDonald's, Walmart, all these other places, when somebody comes in late, somebody leaves to go take care of something for 3 hours, when someone drops the ball on, oh, I forgot to put the cereal up on the aisle, they're still ready to stand strong because they're not a small business company, right? They have employees all over the world. They have stores all over the world. They have less to work. If a customer comes in and fusses out the manager, they're gonna be okay. If someone comes in and does something to a small business owner and get maybe a bad review, right? Throws them up on whatever type of Instagram or whatever, and they get a bad review, they stop making money. They stop making money. They can't hire any more employees. Matter of fact, they got to start firing employees, right? They start losing, their homes and all those other things, right? So like the path to least resistance for like small business owners to actually, I guess, to fail is easier than it is these larger companies. So yes, as a small business owner, you have to be a little more strict, because everything that makes everything that happens in a small business, everything that happens in a small business, it may seem small, but it's actually big. Okay, everything that's small, when you're running a small business, everything that people may feel like is small is actually big. Okay. Oh, he just was gone for 3 hours, really. So if a client say, hey, where those graphics, man? I need whatever's done. Oh yeah, let me check on it. Yo, where you at? Hey, I need the graphics, man. I'm actually doing a seminar or whatever. Jesus Christ at the seminar. He waiting to see these graphics. Michael Jordan and P Diddy is here, and Michael Jackson. They're all here. We're just waiting on the graphics. Oh yeah, for sure. You're gone 3 hours. Oh well, just give me a couple. Well, the conference is actually by the end in 30 minutes. So if you can just give it to me real quick, I can go and put it up. Oh yeah, where you at, designer? Where you at? Oh, I've been gone. I'm out of here. Okay, yeah. So my designer, they're not here, so I don't know what's going on. The client doesn't care about that. They're like, right. Well, I thought I paid you 10 grand. Right, but what happened? Right, but my designer, he had an emergency. My team, they had stuff to do. Right, but I paid you 10 grand. I thought you was gonna be able to deliver. Right, but designer, can you come in and help and talk to the client? No, I got stuff to. I'm busy. I got stuff. I got emergencies going on. But the 10,000, what do I do with the money? It doesn't seem so small now. I'm done. I don't know how to. Can I end this off in a positive note? All right. How can I end this off in a positive note? I can't. Whatever. We're done. All right, y'all. How long have I been going this for? Listen, y'all. Okay, I don't know how long this thing is right now. Oh wait. Okay, forget it. Okay, listen. Thank you guys for listening to the Shooters Podcast. If you haven't heard about my business conference, make sure you go to yellowprintconference.com. Right, we just add some more stuff to the site. I make sure to see you guys there if you want to learn or know more about business. We're literally talking about everything: hiring employees, team buildings, monetizing social media, getting clients. We're literally talking about everything business. Don't even bring your camera; you're not gonna need it. Okay, all you need is a notebook. It's gonna be lit, right? I got some more speakers lined up, and speakers I'm gonna bring out. You're gonna be shocked. So listen, man, make sure y'all sign up right now. We're doing this week. This is early bird this week. So next week price is gonna go up. The dates are July 31st. I think the mixer is July 30th. So if you get VIP, you get access to the mixer. It's July 31st and August 1st. So it's a 2-day conference. So that's it, y'all. Make sure y'all follow your boy on the gram. It's your boy Brandon Shot Me. Y'all respect the shot. I respect the shooter. We lit. It's weird saying that when nobody else is like here. Nobody else is here to get excited about that. Okay, cool.